Hi guys, welcome to the Fight Edge channel. Tom Leffler, the former promoter of Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko, said that the victory of the undefeated Ukrainian heavyweight Alexander Usyk in a fight with the WBA, WBO and IBF world champion Anthony Joshua will not be a big surprise for him. Jonathan Banks, the former coach of the ex-heavyweight hegemon Vladimir Klitschko, believes that the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF titles Anthony Joshua will be the favorite in the fight against Alexander Usyk. British ex-contender in the second middleweight Chris Eubank shared his opinion about the upcoming fight between compatriot Anthony Joshua and Ukrainian Alexander Usyk, which will take place next weekend in London. Former world champion in two weight categories Ricky Hatton believes that Alexander Usyk will be a difficult test for the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF titles in the heavyweight division Anthony Joshua, but believes that in the end AJ will show a bright performance and win. The famous Russian MMA veteran Oleg Taktarov believes that the former absolute world champion in the first heavyweight Alexander Usyk will be able to achieve success in the heavyweight division. Taktarov said he is commenting on the statement of the WBC heavyweight title holder Tyson Fury, who suggested that in reality Usyk is capable of more than he showed in his last fights. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard absolutely every day and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. On the eve of this fight, Beraz gives everyone who registered using my link with the promo code FIGHTEDGE a 100% bonus just for registering. You can bet money. All the details are in my Telegram channel, but you need to subscribe. Thank you for your attention. Now we start the video. Tom Leffler, the former promoter of Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko, said that the victory of the undefeated Ukrainian heavyweight Alexander Usyk in a fight with Anthony Joshua will not be a big surprise for him. This is a great fight. I like Usyk. I believe that Usyk has one of the most non-standard and difficult styles for rivals. I don't know who Joshua invited as sparring partners, but Usyk is a fast, mobile left-hander who can hit. You could see in his fight with Gassiev how much he raised the level of his game. Alexander really dominated that fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if Usyk makes an upset and beats Joshua, Tom Leffler said. Jonathan Banks, the former coach of the ex-heavyweight hegemon Vladimir Klitschko, believes that the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF titles Anthony Joshua will be the favorite in the fight against Alexander Usyk. They are both Olympic gold medalists, so neither of them will be underestimated. Usyk came to the weight in which he didn't achieve much success. He didn't suffer much in the fight with Chisora, but this fight wasn't easy either. In my opinion, Chisora is a difficult opponent for anyone, because he is a tough guy. I prefer Joshua because he's a heavyweight. Anthony dominated the heavyweight division for longer. There are more knockouts on his resume, and he has knockout heavyweights. Usyk did not send the heavyweight to the knockout. So, in this aspect, I prefer Joshua, but Usyk will cause him a lot of problems. I hope and pray that Anthony Joshua will not underestimate Usyk, because Alexander will create a lot of trouble. I don't care who you are. Usyk will cause you problems if you are not careful. He will create so many problems that you will end up on canvas in the 10th round of a 12th round duel. He will cause a lot of trouble, so Joshua's team needs to be careful, said Jonathan Banks. British ex-contender in the second middleweight Chris Eubank shared his opinion about the upcoming fight between compatriot Anthony Joshua and Ukrainian Alexander Usyk, which will take place next weekend in London. Eubank did not depart from the majority and said that the size of the champion would be an unsolvable task for the challenger. It's a fun fight, but Joshua is too big and strong. Usyk is smart and he can box without a doubt, but I think he doesn't have the size to beat a guy like Anthony. Moreover, Anthony can also box, which he proved in a rematch with Andy Ruiz, in which he looked just fine. And yes, I would like him to win, the fighter said. Former world champion in two-weight categories Ricky Hatton believed that Alexander Usyk will be a difficult test for the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF titles in the heavyweight division, Anthony Joshua, but believes that in the end AJ will show a bright performance and win. I wouldn't want to meet Usyk in a dark alley. He is just a capet and he has strange methods. But Anthony Joshua is a two-time world champion. He came back after the defeat and never looked so good. Joshua is an Olympic champion. I would like to hope that he is experienced enough to keep a cool head, and Usyk will not get under his skin. You look at Alexander and think that he is a damn good fighter with a strong punch, very successful, but I'm completely betting on Joshua. I really believe that he will shine in a very dangerous fight, said Ricky Hatton. WBC World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury has openly spoken about his depression after a sensational unanimous decision victory over Vladimir Klitschko. It seemed to me that I had conquered the world and I didn't want to do anything else. During my youth, Klitschko was a world champion, so I always looked at him. When I defeated Vladimir, the game was over for me. I didn't want to continue, and besides, I was psychologically unstable. Going into this fight, I was very depressed. I always had a goal to beat Klitschko, and it allowed me not to stray from a narrow path. But when she was taken away from me, there was nothing else I couldn't focus on and get motivated. It was like an absolutely downward spiral. I didn't want to live anymore. I will be happy to finish everything. That's what was happening. Nothing and no one could bring me back, not even my wife and children. I didn't care. Every day I woke up and just wanted to die. Only people who have been through depression and similar things understand what I'm talking about, Tyson Fury said in an interview. Shane Murphy, the former coach of the WBA, WBO and IBF heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, shared his memories of the 3-round sparring of AJ with the Korean WBC title holder Tyson Fury. They came out, Joshua threw a jab, an uppercut, a left hook, and Fury's legs gave way. They became rubber. Tyson grabbed the ropes and I said to him, "Buddy, you can do this. You have to lower the ropes." He didn't say. Okay. They had the first round and Joshua really wiped his nose. Before the second round, I told Anthony, just go out and do what you did. Relax, his strength punches, don't event anything. He went out and Tyson started chatting with him, whispering something in his ear. Joshua got a little mad. Now he tried to knock out Fury. Anthony came back to the corner and I say to him, "What are you doing? Keep boxing. Do what I told you to do." He went to the next round, ignored the talk and just knocked Fury's head off, Murphy said. Malik Scott, the trainer of former world heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, is convinced that his word will win in the third fight with the WBC title holder Tyson Fury. If we talk about the adjustments that Wilder made, then I'm proud of them. There is nothing new in what he does. I've been watching Deontay to do the things for the last 10 years. I just saw that it was performed in jerks. Now we are working on this more consistently every day. He wakes up, eats, sleeps, nothing superfluous except boxing. When you work with a sensitive athlete who wants this for himself more than you, who already has a killer instinct, I just can't imagine how we can miss. We won't miss. We're marinating Fury. We're going to fry his ass, Malik Scott said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.